Hello, how's it going? Today is day 45 of my 100-day inspiration challenge. I am almost halfway there, and that is exciting. So today I want to talk about authenticity. That is something that was presented to me, and I just cannot stop thinking about it. So I had a brief conversation about it earlier today, and it has just been on my mind so heavily. Authenticity. It's such a scary thing, right? Being truthful to who you are, being vulnerable, and sharing those parts of yourself that are maybe you don't want other people to see, but being authentic and owning who you are. So it's a scary thing to stand with power in who you are, but it is such a powerful thing. Because we are attracted to the truth, right? I know for myself, I find it so interesting and so fascinating and so inspiring when people are living their truest versions of themselves. When I lived in LA, I saw so many different types of people, and I thought it was so inspiring. While there are a lot of people that are not authentic in Los Angeles, there are also a lot of people that are just free and they just truly own who they are. And that is just like a breath of fresh air to acknowledge who you are inside, honor who you are inside, know who you are inside, and also have the courage to show that version of yourself to others. That is so powerful. We are so inspired. We are so connected. We yearn for the truth. We can see that in others. The reason that we hear a song or read a story and we feel connected to it is because we can feel that truth within somebody's story. So with that being said, we all have a story to tell. We all have a story to tell authentically that only we can tell as our own authentic version of ourselves. So I used to think that I didn't have a voice, or that my voice didn't matter, or that nobody cared what I had to say. Those were stories that I told myself. And I also used to think that I was too mediocre, that I hadn't had anything too terribly tragic. Yes, I'd had some bad things that have happened in my life, but I wasn't on the spectrum. So I didn't have a terrible, traumatic childhood. And I also wasn't a superstar. And so I told myself that I didn't have a story. But just that in and of itself is a story. The fact that I lived in a mediocre space for so long, there are so many people that can connect with that. And that is my truth. And speaking that truth into the world, that is being authentic to me. And like I said, people can connect to that. So whatever it is that is your story, that is your truth, whatever things that you have gone through, good, bad, mediocre, they are all valuable. They all are a part of you. They all create the story that is your life. And people can connect to all of those things if you just have the courage to be truthful with yourself about them, and also to speak up and to speak to others about those things. So I want to share 4 things that I think authenticity and authentic people have or do. So the first one is being honest and honest and trustworthy. So being honest and trustworthy, not just with other people, but with yourself as well. So doing the things that you say you're going to do, right? Keeping your word, having integrity, and also just being honest with yourself. It doesn't feel good to lie. It does not feel good to lie. And truly, the truth always sets you free. Even if it's hard, once you get past that hard thing, it feels so good. It is such a relief to be who you were created to be. So being honest and trustworthy, keeping your word, very important. That is one of the top things that I believe that authentic people have and do. The second thing is that they go inward, right? They take time to learn about themselves. How can you be authentic if you don't know who you are? That was one of the things that was preventing me from getting and achieving the things that I wanted, is there was a disconnect. I wasn't willing to go inward. Again, that can be a scary thing because there might be wounds that you have to bring up, that you have to heal. But authentic people are willing to go inward. They are willing to ask themselves hard questions, to figure out who they are, to honor and learn more about their truth and what they're passionate about, what they like, what they dislike. The third thing is to share that truth. So it's you can't just go inward. That is just one half of the puzzle, right? The next step is to go outward with that information. Have the courage to share that information with others because, like I said, there are so many people in this world and so many people are going through the same things. We can connect to different stories if only you just have the courage to share some of the realizations that you have realized by going inward and then taking them outward. People can connect to that. You will be helping people by learning about yourself, by putting it out there, and by being the truest version of yourself. There is no room to not be yourself. What's the point? You know, we have this life, and who knows how long it's going to last. It's relatively a short amount of time. So why not be yourself and then connect with people based on that baseline? If you're not being yourself, then everything in your life is a lie. And why would you want to live that way? So it all starts with connecting with who you are and then sharing those things so that you can grow relationships. Who you are is your foundation. And then from there, you grow those steps. You share those things with other people and you connect with other people as well. You share your truth, and then that becomes other people's truth as well. And they are able to find inspiration, motivation, and courage to do the same. The last thing that I believe authentic people have and do is a love and respect for others. So they understand the journey, right? It is a journey. Understanding who you are and loving who you are, that is a journey, and it is not easy. But to love yourself, you have to honor who you are. You have to be okay with not being right, with not being what society says that you need to be. Being who you are is so much better, and acknowledging who you are and giving space to your truth is so much more important than trying to be what society tells you. So, with that, loving and respecting others and seeing other people's journey and knowing that other people are on the same journey of self-discovery, and it is a journey. And rather than projecting hate or jealousy or judgment, loving other people and being a resource for other people, sharing from your own experiences. That's one of the great things about going through your experiences, is that you can pay it forward. You can help other people by being authentic and by being truthful to yourself and to others. So, I want to finish with this quote that I absolutely love. It is by Brené Brown, and she is amazing. She has lots of TED Talks. She also has a special on Netflix. And she says, to be authentic, we must cultivate. So create, we have to find that within ourselves. We must cultivate the courage to be imperfect and be vulnerable. And we have to believe that we are fundamentally worthy of love and acceptance just as we are. I've learned that there is no better way to invite more grace, gratitude, and joy into our lives than by mindfully practicing authenticity. So with authenticity, it is scary. Vulnerability and authenticity, they are right there in the same hand. But with those things comes joy, grace, love, peace, excitement, celebration, purpose, meaning. You have to be authentic. It all starts with being authentic. All of those good things, they come through that funnel of being authentic. So keep showing up for yourself regardless of where you are every single day. Little steps, you will find progress and you will get to a better place. Thank you so much for showing up with me tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.